Hello, good morning. Hi, Monica. Good morning to you. Oh, happy Wednesday. I I hope you can't hear my neighbor's lawnmower. If so, I apologize, but it is what it is. This is the reality of working from home. So, I mean, there's some fun stuff about it. And then you get the neighbors mowing the lawn, which is what it is. So, if you hear, I apologize. But anyway, happy Wednesday. Happy you're here, Lindsay. Monique, happy you're here as well. It's always so fun to see familiar faces. It makes my day, as you know this already. But it is July, and a part of me feels like I don't know how I feel about it actually, because I feel like the year has we're halfway through the year, and I'm like, where has it gone? What have I made? What have I not made? And all these questions are running through my head. But anyway, I'm sure many of you can probably relate a decent amount because I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But good morning. Hello, Christina. Happy you're here. Kathy. Hal Crochets. RG. Good morning, all. Um, so last week we had a little bit of a different kind of live, if you will. It wasn't so much on that, but anyway, yeah. So it was a little bit different, not so much crocheting, but we talked about because it was like our birthday sale, which is still technically happening. Um, for Crochet Foundry, our third birthday. And then Heather joined our live, and it was so fun because she's just like a plethora of knowledge. Like she's just like a fountain that just she knows so much. And I learned so much last week. So it was kind of fun. And I think I would love to have her join us more often because I think it's really fun to just have one, it's just fun to have somebody else on the live. And then two, she just has like I learned so much from her last week, like especially like the really cool like color thing of like if you're not sure too much on colors and finding balance within colors, like if you remove the color completely and just have black and white, you can anyway. It was just so cool. I'm gonna keep saying my hellos, but let's see. Hi, Darcy. Good morning, Sarah. Our AC broke, so we were holed up in a hotel with our cat and at least three. At least you have your whips and your cats. That's rough though. I mean, I can only imagine. I know it's been really, really hot in some places. Like, I have obviously my friends and family are still in the U.S., so they send me a lot of updates on what's going on, and like some of the temperatures are unreal. Like I remember I'm in like a crochet little group chat, and somebody I think saying it was like 110. Anyway, I hope it all gets situated, Sarah, but I'm so sorry. Hello, the naked snail. I always love, I don't know why I like your handle. So cool. I've never seen anything like it. Melinda, good morning. Steph, happy you're here. So if I think I need to have Steph join the live every so often too, because technically Steph is now a more involved part of our team. So Steph always worked as like she would do like proofreading for the magazine, I think since it started. And just a couple months ago we had her join us for in Canada for Gathering Threads, and then we just love working with Steph so much, so we're like, can you please help us and work with us more? And it's really fun. So it's been great to work more with Steph, but I think I want to invite more people on. I think it'd be really fun to have like Pam join every now and then, and like I don't know, even someone at the warehouse, because it's like we're all a part of Crochet Foundry, and I love that Davida also does. I know a lot of you watch Davida, but she has like her lives as well with the designers, and I know those are so much fun because you just when you have new like more people involved, you just get so many fun different perspectives, and you learn so much more. So that's something that I want to kind of introduce slowly to everyone. I'm gonna keep saying my hellos, not the end. I also love that. I love your little not the end. So clever. It's over 40 here in Toronto, so I think that is over 100 in Fahrenheit. I do think it is over 100. That's hot. That's intense. Everybody stay cool or warm if it's very cold where you are. It's actually been kind of cold in no, I shouldn't say the UK, in London. It's kind of weird. It was very hot and then it got kind of cold again. So, okay, we've had a very chilly 4th yesterday, high 55 with rain and wind. Had to get a jacket and blanket to watch the parade. Yeah, it kind of very similar in the UK. It's literally like where I have to have like a blanket when I'm like downstairs and everything. And also, if you hear my dog eating his breakfast, he didn't want to eat his breakfast, so now it's more of like an early dinner. So again, slight fun day today. Oh goodness. But hi, oh hi Pinkberry. I hope everybody's having a nice day. I hope everybody's having a great day. We had a kind of a not a long weekend, but kind of like we had the weekend off and now we're back. Like with the normal weekend off, then we're back on Monday and then off on Tuesday. So it's kind of weird to get everything. Like you work, then you don't work, and then you work. So anyway, I'm sure other people are feeling a little back and forth with that. I am working, so I am determined this month to finish. I explained 2 weeks ago, I think, how I had done 2 panels of this long block, and I'm going to finish it by the end of July. That's my goal. I have another work in progress that I need to finish by the end of July for a test. But then, yeah, so I am working on this and I will get it done. And it's going to be the greatest moment. And I might even enter myself to win a gift. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't enter myself to win a gift card, but because you actually don't even have to finish your project. But that's just where I need to finish this. It's been a long, long time in the making. And it's such a fun design and it will get done. I did post, let me share the actual link. I did post, I believe this was mentioned a little bit ago, that there was no post to post your works in project for June. And that was 100% on me. I had posted something and I forgot that I changed the settings on the group. And so it didn't post, and I didn't understand why until recently. So I've now sent the actual, if you want to participate in June/July crochet along, I'm going to have 2 winners at the end of the month. And it will pretty much be, yeah, if you have any work in progress from Crochet Foundry, please post it at the link I just sent, and you'll be entered to win by the end of July. So I do apologize, but we did have 2 really fun giveaways last week. So I feel okay about it. But I was curious. I was like, I don't understand why I don't see my post. I figured out why. It's, yeah, the settings were changed and I messed it up. So anyway, I'm going to keep reading everybody's messages. Oh, let's see. I love the lives with the designers. Need to learn more about them. I know. Isn't that so neat, Sarah? Like, I agree. I love hearing somebody's like creative process, because even though we're making, we're all crocheting, things like the way where it comes from is just so different for everyone. So I love when Davida has her guests and everything. And also Davida's just like the sweetest person in the world. So really love her. I didn't see a whip thread for post in June. So I posted on the main page, but I finished my Christina. We saw it and it looks so good. We love it. Again, I do apologize. It was 100% on me. I messed it up, but it's there now. So I think for anybody, I'll be able to catch anybody who already posted on the group. And I think I'm just gonna like shared by so-and-so, and then I'll post the comment. So then you don't have to repost it yourself. Again, I do apologize. 100% on me. Let's see. I remember your crochet project from last week. It looks beautiful. Thank you so much, Pinkberry. Very nice of you. I started on my Morning Glory cardigan last month, but I have like 3 other projects on the go too. We are a group that understands, and I like this group because we have a variety of people. We have the people who are like, nope, I can't remember who it was, who was like, no, I only work on one thing at a time, which again, I wish my brain processed things like, I think there's actually a lot of you that do this. And so Shuwen, I'm with you. Like I said, I'm going to finish this one because I'm really actually that's what was so frustrating. I think I took a longer break than intended, was because I crocheted like 10 to 12 rows of this and then got to the next section and I was like, this doesn't make sense. And I think that's what happens. You work on something. I'm sure I'm not the only one. You work on something, you end up having to frog hours of work and you're like, okay, I can't work on this anymore. Like I need a break. So that was me. We took a very long break. but I want to finish it. So this will get done, and I cannot wait to show you all. It's gonna be my goal that the last July, when I'm picking the winner, I'm gonna have, well, it could be a little warm for this, but I'm still gonna pick the winner in this, and it's gonna be done and blocked, and it's gonna be great. Now that I've told you, I have to do it. So this is probably like the pressure that I needed. Oh goodness. Let's see. Same here as Canada Day here on Saturday, but some people had Monday off instead. I do not know which day it is now. My kids are off school for summer. Yeah, and then it's the same thing with like a lot of our team who have kids who are now, off for school vacation, and the days just blur. I feel like it's kind of like that winter holiday period where you don't know what day it is, and you're like, yeah. Hi Karen, how are you? So happy you're here. I couldn't find I thought I couldn't find the post. It wasn't you, it was me. Oh goodness. Kivia, hello, how are you today? Birthday month is over. Gabby, I'm equally as sad. Crochet Foundry still, if for those of you who don't know, so last week, did I not? Of course I did not. I'm prepared. I think I may have it. I'm going to grab it. So last week, I had Heather on, if you may or may not remember those who were here or not. Heather joined us, and she told us about our birthday Crochet Foundry sale. So basically, if you don't have the annual subscription, you can get the annual subscription with 12 months worth of extra patterns, which is the year prior, which is pretty exciting. And then with that, you'll get the hook and the tote, which I'm about to grab the hook. And then if you were a subscriber, an annual subscriber for Crochet Foundry, you would get the chance, if you wanted to purchase the other 4 hooks, I believe is 4 millimeter, 5.5 millimeter, 6 millimeter, and 6.5, I think. But you can purchase those as well. So in the lilac color, which is really fun. I'm going to grab those really quick. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Here we are. So yeah, this was the really fun. It is, yeah. So a G, H, I, J, and K. The subscription comes with your H hook. And somebody had emailed in asking why we didn't have the 4.5. And that's because we had it last year in our Foundry color. I always said colorway, which, I mean, it is a colorway. But that is why. For anybody who's wondering, not that important, but just we had somebody email in and ask. But yeah, so that was that is still happening until the 6th. So until tomorrow, you can still take advantage of the Crochet Foundry birthday sale. So I'm excited to see what's to come the next year. We have a lot. We have exciting things. I know Heather has been almost working more with the designers so we can, build those stronger relationships, and then also be able to share with you all the way, little different interviews and stuff that are going to be included in the magazines, which is really fun. So I'm excited to see how this year goes for us. I'm very excited. Hi everyone. Let's see, Pinkberry. I find it impossible to only have one work in progress at a time. I love to have a bunch, but definitely a knit one and a crochet one. That's actually, yeah, I know several people who are like that, and I feel like it's very easy to then switch. But it is pretty fun. I don't have any knitting projects now that I know of, but let's see. Can we use MX? Yes. So if you want to use Matthews from MX Domestic, if you want to use their middle finger blanket for the Crochet Foundry crochet along, you're more than welcome to. That pattern will actually be available on Crochet Foundry in a couple of weeks. I know we normally have a 30-day window between when we release it as a kit until then we post it on Crochet Foundry. So then, as a just a little disclaimer for in general, if you were unaware, all of our furls kits, we release them on furls as a furls kit. Then normally 30 days after that, we release the pattern itself on Crochet Foundry. So if you ever thought, oh, I really like that, but I don't necessarily want, I have my own yarn, I have my own hook, you can get the pattern on crochetfoundry.com, which is our website. I don't know why I said the whole thing. But yeah, so if you want to use, because that pattern is going to be available before the end of July, I'm more than happy for you to enter that project as your project for the month of July / June, since I didn't post it. But that's a great question, Monica. Thank you so much. So this is why I have 3 works and projects with me. I need to swap between them to avoid getting bored / burned out. I think this is a very interesting conversation as well, of like, it's not that I don't love it less, but yeah, sometimes it's just, you need a minute to, when your brain's working on something, you need to pause, and then but you still want to keep working, so you're working on something else. So there is method to the madness, I promise you all. The pressure / accountability of doing this Cal group is keeping me going as well. I love it, Darcy. I'm glad we can keep each other accountable in a casual way. No stress. We don't want the stress. But no, I'm happy. I can definitely get this done by the end of July. I think it's a good goal. I'm way more than halfway done. So it's definitely possible. And because now I've told y'all I have to. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but it's like, once you said it, I'm like, you gotta stick to it. So let's see. I'm so glad you're doing well, Karen. Trying to keep cool. I hope you keep cool. Like we mentioned earlier, it's been really hot for a lot of people. Handmade Designs, hello, how are you? It's so nice to see you. It's so nice to see like new people too, or not new people, but people who aren't able to pop in all the time. Let's see. Granny D, I don't know if I said hi to you already, but hello, just in case I didn't. I don't want to miss anyone. Victoria, looking forward to seeing yes, it will be done. No pressure. It's going to be, I'm sure July is going to fly by. No, it shouldn't. June is our busiest week for both Crochet Foundry and Furls because it's birthday month for both of us. And I think it's going to slow down just because we're not doing all the sales and all the blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So it should get done. Let's see. I find my preference is the 4.5. Oh, I'm curious to hear. What is it like? What kind of size hooks do you all normally gravitate to? You can tell me in either letter or tell us, really, because I'm reading everybody's, or millimeter. So I gravitate, let's see, Lindsay, you gravitate to a 4.5. I'm at 5.5 for sure. I feel like I've said that before. But I am an eye hook. I love, because, and I use this for I don't even use that much worsted weight yarn, which is kind of normally the recommended size for a worsted weight yarn. It's not even that I use too much of it. I like it. I do use some worsted weight, but even with like a DK, I like how it's lighter. The drape of it is really fun. So yeah, so that's my personal favorite. If I had to choose, then my next one would be a K hook, which is a 6.5. And I think that's because if I do use slightly thicker yarns, then I still like to have like a little bit thicker than a worsted weight. Then I like to use my K hook. But I'm curious what y'all like to use. I know we have people who, I think for a very long time, I never really used anything above, like anything outside like a 4 or 4.5. This one I'm using a 4.5. I also I've mentioned before that I have very like quite loose tension. So I think it even creates a more loosey like fabric. Not fabric, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so basically this is a 4.5. I think you called for a 5 and I ended up doing a 4.5. But yeah, normally I can't say it changes on hook type, like a wood hook or a metal hook or anything like that, but I definitely gravitate towards I/5.5 and K 6.5. But of course I have all the other sizes in between just in case. The interviews are going to be great. I love learning more about our community. Honestly, that's kind of the best part about it. I think I love learning about the designers and then you crocheters, because you're making the designs. It's really fun, and I love the new fresh perspective that Heather has brought to the magazine and is like slowly implementing into the magazine. The naked snail, too many whips to count, too many potential projects. Oh, I learned that I feel like I buy projects to support designers, or I buy designs. So I understand that I probably can never get through everything. However, I try because they're so nice. Not only am I just trying to, support an independent designer, but they're really nice. I want to make it. So it happens. It is what it is. I've got so many in the works right now, trying to finish 3 this week. I believe in you, RG. I think you can do it. Let's see. So when is the super secret blog hop that people have been sharing sneak peeks of? Oh, Chuan, that's a great question. I'm trying. Is this? I think I know what you're talking about. If it's super secret, I can't give away too many details. But if it's the one I'm thinking, it'll be. It's a clever blog hop now, because in future you'll be able to use that stitch and potential color combinations for a design. If it's the one I'm thinking. If it's not the one I'm thinking of, then I may not know what you're talking about. Which is not the first time. It's trust you me, it happens a lot. Oh my goodness. I have the Max Majestic. Did you mean MX Domestic? If so, that's totally fine. But that'll be another whip. And if this is a different design, then please feel free to show me, because I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing bummers. I'm not sure why someone is bummed out, but I'm sorry. Let's see. It was an amazing price, but I was able to get the price on my cards were compromised. Oh no, Monique, I'm so sorry your cards were compromised. That is, oh, please email us. Just send us an email. I'm looking forward to the middle finger blanket, Cal. I'm curious how the lives will go with Matthew. Matthew brings such a fun energy to anything. I think it's going to be great. I do believe it's going to be mainly with Pam, but I think Lorene may pop in, and maybe David. I'm not entirely sure of all the different people that will be involved, but it'll be fun. Yeah, Matthew brings such a great energy, and they're just so fun and sweet and funny. And we were writing up an email to share of like a reminder. We have the crochet along with MX Domestic on this Friday. So for anybody who wants to join, it's Friday at 8 p.m. Central. And I was just laughing because I was typing it up, and then I was just thinking it's gonna be so fun. Anytime we're either on a call with Matthew or on a live with Matthew or anything like that, we're always laughing. But they're just a great person. Let's see. My fave is a 5mm. Oh, I do love a 5. I really do. I feel like for a while I went from 4 to then 4.5. No, 4 to 5, then quickly to 5.5. I will say my jump from 5 to 5.5 was 5.5 was pretty quick. I'm a 4mm and a 5.5 Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I had to do a project with a 3-point something, a 3.25, if I'm not mistaken. And let me tell you this, that was a struggle for me. I didn't even know how to hold it. It was bad. Having multiple different projects going on at once fits different moods / feelings. That's true. Sometimes you're kind of in the mood for one thing or another. I can't describe it. It's the same thing with hooks. Like sometimes, because I have multiple of the same sizes, and sometimes I'm just in the mood for something else. I don't know why. I don't know who can explain that to me, but what are you wearing? Did you make it? Oh, Gabby, thank you for asking. I did make it. So this is let me pull up the name. I can't remember the name, but I don't know if y'all know Noreen from Nora's Knits. She's so funny. I don't know if you follow her on social media, but she's hilarious. I love sharing her posts because I think it's also the combination of the facial expression she has, but she's just so funny. And this is the Spring Bloom Tunisian vest. So this is Tunisian crochet. And I used, oh, my dog is directly behind me. Excuse me, buddy. I'm sorry. I think Tunisian, simple stitch, whichever the basic one is, I can't remember the name. And then you do just a little bit of a different texture on the bottom for the hem, if you will. And then you have these fun little pockets that are in the same, that has a little ribbing to it, or cabling, not cabling, but it has texture to it. That's what I'm trying to say. It was very easy, super simple. So if you're new to Tunisian, I think this is a great introduction design because it's very, it's a kind of with crochet, you're making rectangles and then slightly, adjusting the sides to make the shape. However, the pattern was very easily readable, and It's great. I love this. I tested this for Lorraine and very comfy fit. I think I did test an XL and it's supposed to have, I think, 0 to a couple inches of positive ease and it's well, and you know, we mention this all the time, but I can't stress how we really try to have proper size grading because sometimes it's going to be your size, but then the shoulder is way too, you know what I mean? So I'm really happy how it came out. And I mean, I don't remember what this colorful yarn is, but I think it was just something that I had in my stash. And then this one is Karen Simply Soft, which I had not used Karen Simply Soft, but I actually really enjoyed it. And it was, it worked really well with, I was using a wooden Tunisian hook. But it was great. I love this one. I love testing. I did go through a phase where I was testing a lot and then I realized I need to calm down on my testing. But I still like to test every now and then. So I'm glad I was able to test this one earlier this year. But yes, this is the I'm like, okay, my dog moved, sorry. Now I can slightly show you better. So really nice, hits like kind of at the natural waist, I would say. I don't know what I'm saying. But it's a great length. It's not short, but it's also not long. And then you have the little cute pocket that is actually usable. Let me actually put this the way it's supposed to. Don't mind me modeling. This is, I have, funnily enough, I actually did get told by a very sweet person, or they asked me if I modeled, and I kind of laughed. And then I realized they were being serious. But I can't remember what I was wearing, and I think I had my makeup done, so I looked much different than now. But yeah, so this is a great, if you are wanting to kind of just test out Tunisian crochet, I actually do really recommend this because you have your panels that you work up in a simple stitch. And then you have just a little bit of something different with the, let me just show you up close so you can see the texture. I have a little texture there on the pocket and then a little texture there. So don't mind the dog here, please. So yeah, so it's just a great kind of introduction to your Tunisian simple stitch and then a little bit more, not complex because it's not, but just more than just the one stitch. So if anybody was curious, I'm just sharing everything today. I'm feeling great, mainly because I'm here with y'all. Let's see, I gravitate sort of to a J or 6. Yes, Kristen, I do like a 6. Sometimes I talk about this, and I'm glad that you all understand me because if I talk about this to someone who doesn't crochet, I'm sure they're like, why do you care about the size? But let me tell you, well, that sounds, anyway. Yes, our crochet hook sizes, we all have our favorites and we all have our reasonings and we can't always explain why. So anyway, 3.5 or 4. Oh, the smallest sizes. That's not even that small, but for me, it's very small. The 5.5 hook fits perfectly in my hands. Facebook user, I'm with you. It just seems to work well with worsted on amigurumi. Ooh, yeah, you're not wrong for me anyway. It's always different for everybody. For amigurumi, I use a 4mm hook, and for most other crochet, I use 5.5 or 6. I feel like for a long time I actually didn't do amigurumi because I didn't have smaller size hooks, and I was like, I can only use smaller size hooks. But I've kind of started like looking into more, and I do really like the fact that, I mean, it does make sense. Like I should have known this, but I hadn't thought about it. But you can use whatever hook. Let's see, we have an F, which is a 3.75, H 5, and K 6.5. I actually do really like an F hook too. I don't know why. I think I like the fact that it's not an even 4. Don't ask me. Again, we don't know why these things make sense in our brains, but my tension is so tight, even with knitting. Oh my goodness. You know, that's what's also, I'm curious. I can't remember where I learned this. Maybe it's from Tony. Again, we all know I love Tony. But it was like, your posture really actually affects how you crochet. So sometimes, it's not everyone's thing, but I know that for me, I would crochet tightly, and I was always more like scrunched over, if you will. And then I was like, I just remember, okay, posture. So then I was like, relax, roll my shoulders back. And then I would like, it completely changed my grip on my hook. And that then translated into changing my tension on my projects. And then I think also just general health for the body, it's good to have better posture because I feel like when we crochet, it is very easy to almost tense up and then have bad posture, which can affect our backs. But we all know this. This is nothing new for y'all. You can never have enough crochet hooks notions for them. Yeah, actually, I I have to show you these. This is not really related to anything besides notions, but I went on local yarn store day. I was in Rhode Island and I found the cutest little stitch markers. I don't know if you can see this. It's a little sheep and it's so cute. Let me show you the other ones. But anyway, this is, like I said, I'm cleaning my office and rearranging some things. And I found my little notions that I got in Rhode Island on local yarn store day because I ended up visiting all my used to be local yarn stores that I never, because I was buying mainly yarns from like Joann's and stuff like that when I was in Rhode Island, and I hadn't ventured into hand-dyed yarns and things like that. So it's kind of funny to literally have a little tip. It's so cute. It's a little, anyway, this is besides the point. I just had to share because I think other people can appreciate that they're cute, but then I don't know if everybody would appreciate the fact that they're a stitch marker. And it's for crochet because you have your little clasp. I wish all stitch markers came in the little clasp options because then you can add it. Because for some reason, some people don't consider that, but that's fine. It's not my business. Let's see. I'm going to keep scrolling. Let's see. It would turn into if I had MX Domestics blanket kit, I would turn it into a crochet sample blanket with the color. I mean, honestly, that's true. Like, I think that because you have so many different colors too, I think that would be a great idea to kind of make you just do the different stitches and kind of then sew them up together. It'd be really fun because you have, with the kit, you get 15 colors. Matthew did use 31 because we had sent them literally all of the colors that we had back then, because this has been in the works for 18 months plus. So we'd sent them 31 colors that we had, and then they just kind of ran with it. But we did the kit for 15 just because it definitely, you only use half of a yarn, a wander skein. So that's why we did it like that. But let's see. Will a notice be sent out? Lindsay, I saw that on an email this morning. Yes, there will be notices that will be sent out in general. May this be any announcements we normally do, we always send them out via email. And then depending on what they are, we'll also kind of remind them on social media. And by them, I mean everybody. Let's see, autocorrect, lol. I didn't see your autocorrect, Sarah, but it's fine. Okay, what is the secret blog hop? I'm very behind because I've been chit-chatting away. But like I said, if it's the one I'm thinking, it's because it's kind of fun. This designer is going to do something for Crochet Foundry, or already did it. And then they're also participating in the blog hop. So the blog hop is coming out sooner though, even though she did the design first for Crochet Foundry. So that's what I think the secret blog hop is. If it's something else, which wouldn't be the first time that happens at my job, it could be. We don't know. Let's see. I love this. I use whatever the yarn will talk to. The drape controls all to me. Honestly, that's a great point. And I think that also goes back to, that's sometimes what's tricky with like gauge, when you need to know gauge, because there's times where I know I have to say no to a pattern because the way I want the drape to be, I can't necessarily achieve it with that hook size and that, and to keep it in, like, to still make it fit the pattern, if you will. That's something that I've had to learn. So I now know that my patterns, I prefer to be a little bit more loose, if you will. But don't get me wrong, I still like something like just a half double crochet panels all the way down. Oh, it's like nostalgia. I don't know why, but it feels like, oh goodness. I need multiple sizes of hooks as my hook travels with my product. Yeah, so that way I don't lose the size or need to adjust the tension for a different size hook. That's a great, great, great point. I think it was mainly my husband, sweet husband, who normally tries to learn everything that I get really into it. So then he normally just has to learn. So then he can kind of follow what I'm saying. Very kind of him. But I think for a while, he didn't really understand why I would need to get like 2 G hooks, 2 H hooks, or 3, or, etc. But then I think I eventually explained, I'm like, listen, I then just put it in my little thing, my little pouch, and then it goes with it. So, and then also I just like to switch them out, just plain and simple. The same material though. I don't normally switch out materials because then that sometimes can get a little wonky. Karen Simply Soft is my favorite boxer brand. It's a really nice yarn. I know some people hate it, but I really love it. I think it's a love and hate one. I don't know if it's like, oh, it's okay. Anyway, I could be way off. Love the pocket and the fringe. I know the fringe. It's so fun. I just, anytime I can use anything from my stash, I'm like, yes, I feel so good. I feel so good because I'm really using the things I have and I don't have to buy anything else. Trying to learn Tunisian. I haven't given it enough practice yet. I got Tony's Tunisian book. I love her designs and she's just amazing. Pink Berry. I am with you. I mean, I won't. It's embarrassing how much I love her sometimes because she's just awesome. But no, I learned Tunisian through Tony. Her videos are super helpful. So always reference those as much as you can and just go slow. And you kind of get the hang of it because it really is if you knit and crochet, it's like the in between. It's not, but it is. I think you will really enjoy it. We have Crochet Foundry has a couple. We have a scarf by Julie Desjardins. I apologize for not saying that correctly. But it's a Tunisian scarf. And let me find it. It's just, so if you ever want simple, we have little simples, the mushrooming pocket scarf. So it's a Tunisian crochet design. And it's just a rectangle in theory. So, we have, thankfully, I do feel like we have a decent amount of things here and there for different levels of crochet, for Tunisian and regular crochet. It's kind of fun. I enjoy that about Crochet Foundry. Let's see, basket weave for the pocket. Yes, thank you. That is the correct term. My mind blanks sometimes, and I can't get it back no matter how hard I try. Let's see, this pattern. Okay, so we're talking about the vest right now. This one, I believe, is in April, in spring 2023, so April 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Yes. So if anybody was wondering, that is where you can find it. Size matters to crocheters. I was going to say, but I like this. I know, Stephanie, I had to catch myself because it just, no matter how I wanted to say it, it just wasn't coming out right. I'm glad you caught that, but it's fine. I used to knit much tighter, but over time I've learned to loosen my tension. It really loosening your tension, I think also for me makes it, I can knit and crochet. Crochet actually don't have a lot of issues with my hands because honestly, I do think it's because of the furls, the ergonomics of it. With knitting, I noticed that I think because of my posture for a long time, I couldn't knit as much. But then when I helped my posture, it helped my tension with knitting as well. And that has helped me be able to knit longer. So these things are all connected. I would assume they're all connected for everybody, just posture wise, but in general, for my crocheting and my knitting, it's definitely helped that. And it's also just, I can stay more consistent with my tension across all projects because, depending on the level that my posture was, it was really actually affecting my tension. And I think that's why I started, one, it was uncomfortable, but two, I noticed that I couldn't be consistent in my work. And I would pick up a project, work on it for a while, then put it away and then grab it back and work on it again. And then the tension was off, but I was using the same hook, same yarn, and I couldn't really explain it. And I think that's when I did a little bit more research. And I remember, I do think it was Tony who mentioned in one of their videos, oh, remember, shoulders back. And so I was like, oh, snap. And it really did help me a lot personally. I'm currently knitting my first pair of socks using 2.25 shorty needles, 2 inches long. That is, I know exactly what you're talking about. Thought it would be harder than it is. Not so bad. For crochet, I usually use a 5mm. It takes a minute to get used to, but once you get used to it, you're fine. But the first time I used shorties, I was like, so small, my hand's so big. I tend to crochet tight. Also, it's a struggle. It can be a struggle. Like I said, I've now gone, I feel like, so far on the loose end sometimes. I have to size down one size, 1.5 sizes. But it's worked out. However, Kelly, who's on our team, she is a tight crocheter. And she's told me, she's like, I've tried the posture thing. I've tried doing X, Y, and Z. And and I'm like, it's fine. Like some people, you just crochet tight and that's how it is. Will furls ever do notions? Lindsay, that's a great question. I'm curious to hear what you would like to see specifically. I know we have some accessories, which aren't notions. I know we have the accessories of, well, right now we're getting our leather clutch redesigned. I think that's been mentioned. If it hasn't, I apologize. It's gonna be really nice. And then we have, let's see what else. We have like the little needle cases. But I think we've talked about notions in like stitch marker kind of category, and that's something we are, because so basically sometimes we get resin hooks that sometimes they arrive broken, like every now and then we'll get something broken, or every now and then it's actually like crooked, like very crooked, or something like that. We'll receive a defective product, and we're really trying to see how we can do something with it, because the waste, we hate creating waste is what I'm trying to say. And I think we were trying to see if we could maybe use those, like especially like the handles that are a little bit thicker, if we can somehow break them down and you make them like add a little clasp and everything, like the claw, and make it into stitch markers. I know that's something that we've mentioned, and I want to say we're starting to look into actually trying to like test it to see if it could work. But I'm curious, Lindsay, what you would like to see notion wise. I think, like I said, we hear everything else say. So anything that we, hear y'all recommend or want to see or something, we try to then eventually get to it. Let's see. I find my tension is a lot more relaxed with the furls resin because I'm scared to break them. I'm very tight with metal hooks and do a lot of amigurumi with metal. Yeah, I do think definitely amigurumi with metal is the way to go. Personally, I do know some people who can use wood and resin on amigurumi, but I think if you're already a tight crocheter and then you're going to be doing slightly tighter in nature stitches, if you will, it is helpful to use a metal hook. Because resin can only take so much, and if you're using the smaller sizes, it can. Let's see, I think it's called the lobster clasp, or it's the lobster little claspy thingy. The sheep are adorable. Thank you, Steph. I actually love them so much. I haven't used them because I don't want to lose them, and I'm like, oh, I should have bought more. Anyway, I will not get started on the trip that I took, which was so fun because I just bought so much things. It was bad. And thank you for sending my beautiful hooks. I'm glad, Linda. I'm glad you got them, and I hope you keep loving them. Stitch marker collecting is a whole other hobby. It's fun, like connect. Honestly, I have to agree. I didn't realize, like, I think I normally buy like the little, I think they're Clover, like really nice plastic ones, but like easy to open and close. I normally have those, and then I found these cute little sheep, and I couldn't resist. I had to. Adorable stitch markers. Thank you. I love all the notions and crochet. I can't get enough ever. My favorites have lobster clasp. I think they're technically called progress keepers. Are they? I think you're right. That definitely does make sense. But yeah, lobster clasp because you can't really I don't think I even have any because I can't use them unless I'm knitting, like the ones that are just a little circle. Anywho, I'm not even grabbing my crochet. I think because it's black yarn, it's actually very difficult for me to like notice all the stitches. So I apologize. But like I said, this will get done. I can't wait to wear it the last week of July and announce the winners. Let's see. How about a crochet star stitch pattern? Oh, Karen. I'm curious. The Crouch also likes to eat hooks, so I have to get multiples of the same size. What's funny is for the first time, I have lost a single crochet hook, and I have no idea where it is. I don't think it's in the couch because I didn't look at the whole. Anyway, for the first time, I've lost a hook, and I am so sad. And I keep thinking, I don't understand. I never lose them. So this is what's good, because I think I have another one. I mean, it was a 6, and I definitely have more than 1 6. So that's where it's like, this is why we need more than one. Let's see, Tony's amazing. Love her videos. I followed her on here for years. I pre-ordered her book. That's so nice. She's so incredibly talented, and the way she puts colors together. I she makes me want to crochet blankets all the time. Her blankets always look amazing. And literally I I want to I'm not a blanket crocheter because I'm too impatient, but literally I always want to make them when I see hers. Stitch markers and maybe some storage options. I need to get the hook case. Ooh, okay. Interesting. All I know in terms of hook case is that obviously we had some, but now we're working on something that will, because the one of the main issues we had was with because you could open it, and in the top where you open it could fit the streamline hooks, but then on the pull-out drawers the streamline hooks wouldn't fit. So if I'm not mistaken, I know we're working to have a box similar, but that even the pull-out drawer will fit the streamlines, because the streamlines, they can only fit in that top one. So if you had, I believe, 10, but if you had more than 10, then you couldn't really store them. So that's really kind of why we pulled that one in our reworking. But I think Pam already said it anyway. I know we're getting more of like the anti-roll hook trays that are really nice. I actually use those all the time. And Kelly, who I mentioned, who's a tight crocheter at front, was so funny. She cracks me up because she's like, "Oh, I ordered like 7 because I have them in every room." She didn't order 7. I think she ordered 3. But yeah, she has them in every room. Oh goodness. Let's see. I'm scrolling, but it's been great, y'all. Like I said, I do apologize for not having the post up last month. I'm going to share it again just in case. If you want to share your work in progress, I have sent the Facebook group. You do have to be in the Facebook group, I believe, but we'll just answer the little questions and we approve everyone. We have no reason not to approve you. But yeah, so I do apologize again. That was 100% my mistake. I posted it, but I didn't realize I didn't post it. Sometimes I embarrass myself, but it's fine. We all live and learn. But yeah, I'm finished reading some of the comments because I love to share what y'all have to say. So let's see. Hook size markers or stitch markers would be awesome. I love the leather clutch to keep my hooks in. Kathy, you don't even know what's in store. That's the one thing I love to see. Sometimes I wish I was like Pam's brain so I can see everything she's doing, because she does if not all the product development, like the parts of it. She does majority. And our new because we don't, as you may have noticed, we don't have the clutches in stock, and they've been out of stock for a while. And let me just tell you, it's because we're working on something good. It looks so good. I can't wait for y'all to try it. Let's see. Black yarn. Both my mom and daughter only love those colors. I use a light yarn. Yeah, I mean, I don't normally use black yarn, but it's tricky. And then I think of people like Kayla and how they only use black, but from Alt Knots, I should say. Sorry, I should clarify. Kayla from Alt Knots, they use white and red, but they also use a lot of black. And I'm like, my eyes, I feel like I would need a little light, but maybe it's just me. I actually do know people who use a little light for the black yarn. Anyway, I'm using my metal stitch markers on a sweater. I'm making to count the rows. I get so lost in the. I think for some time I was like, I don't need them because I can just count. Do you know how many times that messed me up? So y'all, if you ever feel like maybe I can no, save yourself the time, keep the progress, like the progress keepers are meant for. Trust you me, it will be so much easier. And if we didn't finish the project from last month, can we repost it for this month? Yes, Monique, please do. So this crochet along, as you can see, I didn't even crochet along today, which is a bummer, but like I said, black yarn, I apologize. We are very relaxed in this group. If you have a Crochet Foundry work in progress or something you finished in June, because I didn't put it up, that was on me, please just post on the comment with your picture on the post I just shared. And that's your entry. You don't have to, if it's a gauge swatch, if you're a quarter done, 3/4 done, if you're finishing it, please share it. That's kind of all it is. That's all the requirements. and then you could potentially win a $25 gift card from Frills. I've mentioned before, I can't remember who it was who asked very sweetly. And I think it's a great question of, will we ever have something that's a little bit more structured and kind of going along with a pattern? That's something we would love to do. And we need to work out how to implement it best with our schedules and things. However, that's something we want to do. So if you like something a little bit more structured where we're kind of working on it week by week, we do want to offer that. At one point, it will just be in addition to this. I personally really enjoy this live with y'all and just chit-chatting and talking about everything. So I find it I cannot imagine why anybody would cut this one. So if we ever did something more structured, it would just be in addition. But yes, so if you have something that you finished last month, but you weren't able to post it because of my mistake, please post it in the one, and it's pinned in our group, but then I also did share. I'll share it again because who can stop me? That sounded mean. I didn't mean it like that. I'm so sorry. Let's see. What fits in the drawer? The streamlines aren't too big, I thought. So you're correct. So the streamlines are our longest hook when it comes to the case. But we do have slightly shorter ones and they fit all of them fine. It's really because the streamlines are closer to 7 inches. And I think the drawers, the pull-out drawers kind of fit like 6.5 inch type of thing. So that's why my measurements could be off slightly, but that was kind of the issue that was happening. The anti-roll hook anti-roll tray is great. Hook tray is great. I'm sorry, I can't read sometimes. I agree with you. I think Pam already shared anyway that we're going to get another one, so it's fine. Wendy, why am I always late? You're totally fine. I'm late to everything. I really am. It's actually really bad. I have no one to blame but myself. I was going to blame potentially how, like, culturally, I feel like Latinos are always late, but I shouldn't. It's really just me. I know a lot of Latinos who are always on time. So I'm just talking to myself right now. I'm late to everything. You're totally fine. But it's been a great week, y'all. I'm going to, let's see. July has not come out yet. So I can't give away July, but I could technically give away. I don't know if I can technically give away July. But I'm going to give a monthly issue away of your choice. If you choose July, I can wait until it is available for me to send it to you. However, you don't have to choose July. So if you've been participating in any way, shape, or form in comments, actually, I should just say, that's the only way I could choose someone. I'm going to roll and you can win a month. You just have to tell me which month. So it can be anytime from June 2022 to June 2023, potentially July if I can get it to you. But yeah, so I'm going to finish up reading, but just so you know, if you haven't posted a comment yet and you just want to say hi just to potentially get a month, feel free to do so. But I am wrapping this up. Let's see, I've been making my own stitch markers from random planner charms and beads. I found I like the round clasp ones the best. That's so cool. I like I said, these were the first ones that were like, because I think I'd been gifted some before and I thought, oh, they're so cute. But I don't know why I never necessarily thought to look for them. Like, I guess I normally just gravitate toward buying hooks or, well, I buy them from Furls and we don't offer stitch markers. However, but like with yarn, I don't know why I think I was just thought to just buy the yarn, but I wasn't looking at Notion options. So cute. And that's all I want to buy. Why not? Let's see. I use a neckline for dark yarn. Super help. I done it for cross stitch, so I don't know why I hadn't thought of doing that before. It's very clever. Wendy, okay? I use a neck lamp when lighting isn't optimal. I can't live without one. Honestly, Wendy, I'm with you. I don't know why I hadn't thought about it before, but I am the same way. When I cross stitch, I can't do without it. And honestly, I love the more light, the better because I can see. Isn't that what MX Domestic Hal is? Yes. Okay. I actually did almost point this out. The crochet along with Matthew is going to be a little bit more, it's going to be more structured, kind of going through the pattern if you have any questions. I think it'll be a great time to kind of be like, hi, and then ask. But then, yeah, so that one's going to be a little bit more structured because they'll do a couple weeks, not a couple, like I think like a full month, and then I don't remember exactly how long it's meant to be total, but it's definitely going to be July and then a little. So yeah, that one is going to be a little bit more structured than this one, where I just have different projects at all the time, and then sometimes I don't even touch it during the whole life. So that's just what happens when I can't read and crochet sometimes at the same time. I try to be very conscious of my tension. I used to think it'd be neater if I pulled straight tighter or pull stitches tighter, but it messes you up and gauge won't be accurate. Also much harder on hands. Very true. Very, very true. I think that's probably like a common like myth, or like a crochet of like, oh, if you have it tight, it'll be really like very neat, but then how tight is tight? And I feel like your, tightness changes. So definitely I would say that's probably pretty like a pretty popular like misconception. Is that the word? I could be wrong. I'm so sorry. Um, can we vote for the type of project, then maybe get a CF pattern just for Cal for a crochet along? Oh, I think that'd be fun. I think that would be fun to, if we did something more structured, we could all vote and then kind of work through that. I think that's a great idea, Monique. Let's see. How many hooks total does it hold? Not the end. Are you talking about the case we had? So we had, okay, we mentioned cases, clutches, and technically a hook stand. So our cases used to hold either 10, 20, or 30 hooks. And then our clutches held 7. I think I don't know the exact details for the cases if we're going to stick to 10, 20, 30. I do know for the clutches, they were 7, and I think we want to do a little bit more. But I'm not, again, these are still, I know the clutches are a little bit further down, and I think there's some prototypes floating around between Pam and Lorraine. But yeah, let's see. MJ has her hooks in a box. Yeah, I mean, the box. I'm always late. I hate it. I just saw that. I'm so sorry. I got distracted because it's like literally me. I'm always late to everything. Let's see. The challenge would be designing drawers that fit the candy shop jumbo and the jumbo. Oh, I would have like side, like a side entrance, if you will, like a little side one. That would be the jumbos are. I got the jumbo for the candy one during our birthday sale, so I bought it and I was very excited. I think it was during the birthday sale. I can't remember. But it was very recent, and I'm very excited to get it. My friend's gonna bring it back from the States. She's visiting me, and I'm excited because I bought a lot of it. Listen, I know I work at Furls, and I do get some free things because that's just part of, we literally use these and test them and all this stuff. And then pictures for social media and all that. However, I still buy a lot, like, of hooks. So it's kind of funny. My friend's bringing over some. Yeah, I work here, and then I'm still buying all the hooks. It's kind of embarrassing. Hi, everyone. Hi, Candace. I'm happy you're here. We are wrapping it up. I use earrings that I've lost one of the pairs. I'm so sorry. I get so distracted with the comments sometimes because they're so good. And I love that. I've been quiet in the chat since I'm finishing up the neck of a turtleneck sweater. Honestly, you're totally fine. I very much appreciate you sharing that with us because I like to know what you're doing. But yeah, also Darcy, very clever about, I'm sorry, I just got triple distracted earrings that that's so clever because you can plop them in. I think that's great. Anyway, I'm going to be scrolling, and you keep looking to your left. Can't you just jump in that direction? I think something isn't there. Oh, Monique, I'm very sorry. I will look into this. But I'm going to scroll. I can't close my eyes because I have to make sure I'm clicking on something. And email, I'm going to just put the email now so I don't forget it. support@crochetfoundry.com. Support@crochetfoundry. I think I mistyped that. 1 second. So if you win, I will announce the winner shortly. Send an email at support@crochetfoundry.com. Let me know let us know, because now Steph is joining me. Let us know what monthly issue you would like. I hope you've had a great fun. I always have fun here. I'm gonna scroll. I'm scrolling. If you commented at all, you have a chance. So I'm scrolling at the very, very, very top and bottom, and it really helps when you have the little roll thing on your mouse. But yeah, anyway. Oh, Facebook user. If you know who you are because you said I'm a 4mm and a 5.5. That's your favorite. Please email me and email Steph. I keep saying me because it used to just be me. Email us at support@crochetfoundry.com and let us know what monthly issue you would like. You can get anything in between June 2022 until July. If I, for whatever reason, can't get you July 2023, I will make sure to get it to you as soon as it releases. If you want, it's up to you. You can totally get whatever you want though. Congratulations. I'm very happy you won, Facebook user. I wish I knew who you were. I just saw this, Karen. Great. Now you can crochet a jumbo crochet hook holder. That's what I was going to have to watch. That's pretty clever, Karen. I love that. Oh, Colt, hello. I'm so happy to. I don't know why I can't see it. Maybe it's I think it's the whole, you have to like give the permission. But Colt, email us and let us know what issue you want. I'm so happy you won. Congratulations. But y'all, I had such a great time. I'm going to be working away on my project because I already told you I'm going to finish it. It's going to be done. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I don't know why I'm clenching my teeth. But thanks for brightening our Wednesday. Thank you. That's so sweet, Kathy. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, it's my favorite time of the day and the week every time I jump on. And I love to hear what y'all have to say. And I love sharing ideas. But yeah, I'm going to try to see who else can randomly join us because Heather was great. I'd love to have Heather again. I'd love for y'all to meet Steph because she's super awesome. And yeah, but anyway, y'all stay safe, stay cool if you can. Sarah, I hope the AC gets fixed so your cats and your whips can go home. But y'all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and I will see you next week. All right.